Yeah, what's going on, boys and girls? It's Cage Side with Christopher James. I'm Christopher James. You're not, but you wish you could be, but you can't, because I'm him. So that's it. You don't like it? Tough shit. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, we're here to have a party tonight, man. Good to see you all hanging out with us tonight, man. Having a little issue with the green screen here, but whatever, man. You know, shit happens sometimes. It's technology. You know, what do you do? So, let's see. We have a guest coming on here in just a second. I'm going to bring him in for you. And he is awesome. He's, by the way, when you see this dude's fucking beard, it's fucking insane, I tell you. Fucking insane. The beard is fucking epic. And we're going to just have a good time with him here tonight. So, with that being said, we're going to bring him in here in just a second. Let me just try to adjust this thing out. All right. I don't know, man. It's just kind of weird, isn't it? I don't know. But anyway, we're going to bring him in here right now, boys and girls. So joining us on the show, he is a UFC welterweight. He is the man himself, Bryan Bam Bam Barberena. What's
that
up,
was a
baby?
pretty awesome intro. Thank you.
You know, I try. I'm a freaking actor by trade, so you know, I mean, I do that shit, man. First of all, welcome to the show, man. It's great to see you. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Oh, well, thanks for being on, man. I appreciate it. Can you hear me good and everything and all that good stuff?
Perfect.
Yeah, see, I'm doing some adjustments in my studio, adding the green screen and some different lights, so I got a little shadow going on my head because I didn't set the lights up right. But that's all right. We'll do it next time. You know what I'm saying? So before we get started here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you the same question I've asked everybody over the last couple of weeks, and it's real simple. I want you to tell us about your life prior to Corona and a day in the life of Bryan Barberena, a.k.a. Bam Bam. Or, so tell us Bam Bam's day in the life prior to Corona and then a day in the life of Bam Bam. Now we have Corona. And while you're doing that, I'm going to be listening, but I won't be looking because I'm going to reshare this, tag everybody in to make sure it goes out to all the right people.
Awesome. Yeah. So, you know, before coronavirus, I had back surgery. So I've been in recovery for that. After my last fight, I went and saw a specialist again and decided it was time to have back surgery because I wasn't able to function how I need to. So I had the back surgery and I've been in recovery ever since, doing physical therapy. Been working at home, spending time with my family anyways. You know, the kids were in school. My wife's in school, in veterinary school. So, you know, I've just been at home on the farm.
I like that.
Yeah. She was should have been graduated. She will be graduating in December. Waiting to hear what the whole deal is with that now. But yeah, so I've just been focused on recovery, doing physical therapy, getting my back to where it needs to be, and being able to perform. And so I've just been hanging out on the farm. And then the more and more I could do, and I've been able to get into some workouts, been able to get some work done on the farm too. So, and now
what's on the farm? What's on the farm? What do you got on your farm out there?
I have Black Angus. I have Nigerian dwarf goats, chickens, dogs, cats. Yeah, a bunch of work to do, a bunch of projects, woods, pasture, pond, lake. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff.
You got it all out there. So you take care of the animals and you feed the animals and you grow shit out there too, I'm guessing?
Yep, we have a big garden for us to grow our plants and for food and everything. And then we have our Angus that we raise up, and then, you know, we've got meat from them. So homegrown beef, pasture raised beef from our farm. We have our Nigerian goats, and we just we milk them every day. So we get milk from them. We can drink it. We're also working on making some soaps. In the process of making some butter right now. So it's pretty cool. A lot to do. Get eggs from the chickens. I mean, we're set up.
That's pretty epic, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you that's pretty fucking cool that you have the eggs and the chickens and all that good shit out there. All right, so now day in the life during Corona. What's going on with you?
You know, no, actually not much different than what my normal day is. You know, I really enjoy spending time with my family anyways. I'm more of a homebody. So, it's kind of the same things. My kids are out of school, so a day in the life of me is, wake up in the morning. My wife's out of school too, so my whole family's here. We just get into homeschooling, and kids do their school. I go out, feed the animals, get started in some projects, and then once they're done with school, they come out, help me out, have some fun, play around, swim in the pool, go fishing. But getting a lot of projects done, make sure I get a workout in. Can't do physical therapy right now. Well, I'm not going into physical therapy right now, so it's just making sure I get my physical therapy workouts in during the day, and also now I'm able to do more workouts, so I've intensified my workouts and working on getting back in shape and getting ready to get back in the gym when things open up.
Yeah, so you had back surgery. What was wrong with your back? Was it just like a herniated disc or something along those lines, or did you have some major issues going on?
I had some major issues going on. I did blow out L3, L4, and had some bulging herniated discs at L4, L5, and then a couple L2, L3, and some other places and some other issues. But it's basically my lower back. The pain started in my back and went all the way down my leg, all the way down to my foot. So I ended up losing feeling in my leg, having nerve problems, loss of strength, my leg kind of deforming, like just losing my muscle mass and everything in my leg, and it getting smaller. So wasn't able to really get around, wasn't able to do the things that I need to do, and definitely wasn't able to do anything without pain. So it was just time to finally get it fixed.
And how you feeling now?
Recovery's been great, man. The surgery was a success, I'd like to say. I feel great. My back's better than it ever was, and I'm excited to get back into it and get into training and then get back into fighting.
Yeah. Has anybody spoken to you about possibly making a return anytime soon? I mean, are you ready to go? Are you cleared medically to fight, or do you have to still get some clearance?
No, I am not currently cleared to fight, but I just got not cleared, but I got some restrictions lifted to be able to start working out and doing some more physical workouts and actually getting on the mats and start rolling. And so I'm excited to do that. With quarantine, that kind of put things on delay, but it's a slow process. But I'm hoping to be cleared and be ready to go and fight in August, September the latest. But in September will be a year since I had surgery.
Wow, man, that seems like it almost seems like a quick return. I mean, how do you do that? So quickly.
Yeah, I guess once I get back into training, it's going to be give me the real answer of when exactly I'll be able to return, depending on how things are going. But right now, my back's feeling great. I'm making a lot of big jumps in progress of recovery and getting in shape. So, things are going good right now. So just staying positive and putting the work in. And if everything goes how I'm planning it to go in training and everything, I'll be able to get back to it.
That's awesome, dude. If I break a fingernail, I'm down for like 6 months. It's like I can't do anything for 6 months. And here you are a year away, and you're ready to go back in there and beat the shit out of somebody. That's pretty fucking dope, man. I'm not even gonna lie, it's pretty dope. So we're in this coronavirus pandemic right now, and the world has come to a standstill. What's your thoughts? Have we overreacted? Is all this just too much? Because at this point, I think it is. I think it was good to have a good reaction, but now I think, all right, fuckers, let's get back to work.
Yeah. Honestly, it's, I've been seeing, a lot of things everywhere saying that, government, it's a scam, whatever. But I don't know. I'm just, I'd rather be safe about it. And it's not just our country. It's all around the world. People are dying and people are getting sick. So I think it's smart that we're being safe about it. Everybody's being safe about it. Some things have started to open up around here. And I don't know, the cases in our area have gone from, I think, since I'm in rural area, it's like 6 where I'm at, and then, but
you're kind of in the boonies, right?
Yeah, and then so but we only had like 6 cases in our county, and then they opened it up where you can start doing some other stuff or whatever, or getting back to it, and we jumped from 6 to like 54 or something in just a week. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just being safe. I'm being cautious. I walk around with a mask when I need to go out, but to be honest, I spend a lot of my time here on the farm. I don't need to go out very much. I don't need to go get very much. If we needed to, we could survive, months with the beef and food we got from our animals and the stuff we produce on the farm. So I'm just taking safe precautions, not risking my family getting sick or anything. So that's just the line we're taking. And come be it the time to get to work and get back to the gym. Well, then I'll put a small team together, a small group of guys from my gym that I go to, Gymo, put a small group together and just isolate ourselves at the gym and just train hardcore there.
Yeah, you got a great group of guys you train with up there. I mean, you have, let's see.
I'll ring some off for you.
You got Impa, you got Scott Holtzman trains up with you guys. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna remember. Coach. Why can't I remember Coach's name? Oh my God, he came and fought for us twice at Island Fights, and now I can't remember the dude's name. You got Ricky Rainey training up there.
Chase Gamble.
Chase Gamble. That's who. I couldn't remember his name.
We got Joe Selecki.
Like yep, Joe Selecki. I talked to him. I think I just talked to him like 2 weeks ago. He's doing good. So
yeah,
you got a good crew up there.
We got a lot of good group.
You guys have really started something special up there.
Yeah, I believe it's just it's really just the beginning. We're putting a lot of great guys together, a lot of great guys in the room, and we have a great coach, Jeff Jimmo. He's really the whole heart of the whole system, whole training program. So he's a great guy, and I think we're putting it together. We're getting the right guys in the room, and everybody wants to work and be better. So
all right. So now you in your last few fights, you haven't really had the best record. You've kind of teetered a little bit. Some would say you're almost on the verge of, if you don't get a win in your next one, possibly getting cut from the UFC. So now that your back is healed, because I'm going to guess the back injury probably had a lot to do with why maybe some of your fights didn't go the way you wanted to, because your technique is there, your training is there. But when your body doesn't give, doesn't perform in one spot, I think it affects everything. So now that you're healed, should we expect to see a different Bryan Barberena inside the octagon?
Yeah, I have no excuses for my losses. The guys beat me. I stepped in there. I agreed to step in there. I walked through those cage doors. So, they got that victory fair and square. Good for them. I think come fight time right now, I'm focused on my recovery and being better. So when you see me get back in that octagon, I will be a different person. And everybody's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I could, I've seen you fight, and I mean, I know what you're capable of, and it's not like you haven't fought like tomato cans either. You fought some tough sons of bitches out there, so it's not like you're losing fights to guys you shouldn't lose to. And in your mind, you shouldn't lose to any of them, of course. But the reality is, everybody can lose on any given day. I mean, that's just the way this game goes. So, with that being said, who are you looking at as a target to, welcome Bryan Barberena back to the octagon? Is there somebody in particular that you're looking at in the welterweight division? Because that division has become so crowded and stacked that probably, lightweight and welterweight, are really the two premier divisions. And featherweight's not far behind because they've really got a bunch of killers there. Now, obviously, I don't know if they would give you a top 5, top 10 guy right now. So is there somebody out there that you feel is at the spot where you need to go in there, secure a good win, and then start elevating yourself up again?
I mean, I haven't really looked at any names. There's always, there's obviously some people I would like to fight eventually with the, but it's all going to depend on what happens in the time that I'm still out recovering and people are fighting. So whoever the UFC wants to match me up with, they'll match me up with. I'm not afraid. I don't need a warm-up fight, tune-up fight. They can match me up with whoever the heck they want. I don't care. I'm going to be ready to go. So whoever they want to put me against, let's dance.
But is there anybody out there that that you want to fight? I mean, that you feel would be a good return fight for you to, one, get yourself a win, and two, get some attention from the name across from you, from the octagon, because that matters. I mean, if you fight a guy just walking into the UFC and you beat him, you're supposed to. But if you fight a guy that's, just outside the top 15, or in the top 15, and you beat him, after, not having the best, record run recently, that says to everybody, all right, Barberena's healed, Barberena's back, Bam Bam's ready to fuck people up. And that's what you want them to think.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I don't really give a crap about them giving me somebody who I'm supposed to beat or whatever, or I'm supposed to win. That's not how I fight. I'm not looking for the easy win.
Nobody is.
I know nobody is, but you know what? If you give me a list of names, I'm gonna pick the toughest guy on there. So there is some people I'd like to fight, yeah, for sure. But you know what? I mean, shoot, I'd love to fight Mike Perry. I'd fight Mike Perry on my way back. I love it because I love the way he fights. I love the way he brings it. He doesn't pussyfoot around. He comes and gets it. So I love that. And, I think it'd be a fun-ass fight. I don't ever think about, oh, well, if I lose, then, I might get cut. Man, I'm going in there to fight my ass off, so I'm going to win regardless. That's it. I'm going in there to win. There's no loss or being cut or whatever. It's just I got to go win. That's it every time. So I don't care who it is. I'm not asking for anybody, but there are some people I'd like to fight. Again, shout out Mike Perry because, he throws down, and I like that. So
I like the Mike Perry call out from you, brother. I think that's a good one. Maybe you need to start hitting up on Twitter and Instagram and say, yo, you haven't had a great record over your last few. I haven't had a great record over your last few. Let's go in here and fucking dance, motherfucker, and call him out because Mike responds to those call outs. And if you talk enough shit, he's going to want to fight you.
But that's the thing about me is I'm not talking shit. I don't talk shit to anybody, man. I let my actions do the talking for me.
When I say talk shit, I'm not saying like go out there and call him a fucking pussy ass bitch or nothing, but get his attention, like say, hey, Mike, and be real. Like you said, you don't hide from your losses. You say, hey, Mike, my record ain't been that great over the last 4 or 5. Your record ain't been that great over the last 4 or 5. Let's both try to fucking get in here and dance with each other and may the best motherfucker win, and then,
well,
drop some cheesy lyrics on him. He likes that shit.
When the time comes for me to be able to get back in there and everything, then maybe I'll start looking at doing that, messaging him up or whatever.
I like that matchup, dude.
Or something.
I'm gonna text him. Let him go. Hey, man, Bryan Barberena just called you out, man. Said you can't fight. No,
Jeez, he would. He would.
No, I wouldn't really do that, but he's a guy out there, and that's the thing too, like he brings it every time, he's one of those guys that he comes in and he just does it, and you're like, God damn, even when he loses, he's still fun to watch, and that's what'll keep him around, and I've noticed that even if you lose a fight here, if you alternate wins and losses, even if you go 2 losses and you win 1, and then you lose another one, then you win another 2, as long as you're bringing exciting fights and you're bringing the action to the octagon, you can stick around in the UFC. Now obviously everybody wants to be a champion. They don't want to just be a guy that goes in there and gets fights, and takes a beating over the years without looking at the end game of putting gold around your waist. But on the same token, there's plenty of guys who have had successful careers and never got to that title shot. I'm not saying that you should give up on it, but I'm just saying, I'm like, but because some people would misconstrue that going, did he just tell me I should give up on just fighting for a title, just fight? Some guys have to do that because they're not going to get to the title shot. And then there's other guys who can go out there and, have a resurgence in their career. Like I said, I've watched you fight for a long time, and I've seen what Bryan Barberena is capable of. So the fact that you had the back surgery, and like I said, you're not making an excuse, and I'm not making one for you, but the back is like the core of your body. So everything performs differently when your back isn't right. Even if, it's little things, it accumulates and, it affects your cardio. It affects your strength. I mean, it affects so much. It affects your flexibility on what you can and can't do when you're working from the ground, trying to submit somebody. So the fact that you got all that fixed now says to me that, we're going to see the fresh improved Bryan Barberena back in with, by the way, the baddest beard I've seen on my show in a long time.
Thanks, man.
The crowd likes it, Jerome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. The crowd loves you, man. The crowd loves the beard. But UFC 249 is coming up May 9th, and then May 13th, and then May 16th. They're going to have it's like Fights Week. It's not Fight Week, it's Fights Week, because there's going to be 3 events in an 8-day span. Give me your thoughts on that. Is the UFC coming back too soon? Or is it time, or is it overdue for them to come back? Because they really should have been back already. So are they overdue for a fight? And are you excited to see the action, even though there's going to be no fans in the building for the next, probably for the next couple of months? So what's your thoughts on that? Are you excited to see the fights come back, and you're going to be sitting home watching going, yeah? and do you do that when you watch a fight? Do you go, yeah? You get all excited like us regular people?
Well, to answer that first off, only usually if one of my teammates or somebody I know is fighting, that's a good friend of mine. That's usually the most stressful, like, oh, come on, because I know exactly what they're capable of. I know their ability, their skills, and I just want to see them do great. So that's, I guess you could say, I'm as real deal as it gets when it comes to somebody I know fighting. So, but I'm pumped. Man, shout out to Dana White, really doing everything he can to make these fights happen, to push, to help, us fighters, man. Us fighters, to make our money, we have to fight, And a lot of us want to fight and enjoy it. My family is the most important thing to me. And I would never want to put them at risk of getting sick or anything. So I would take the right precautions and measures, but yeah, you're damn right. I'd fight, man. If I could fight right now, I'd fight. I mean, I got to put food on the table. I got to pay bills. I got to keep a roof over our head. Pay the house payment. Man, that stuff doesn't get paid without fighting. So, you're darn right. I'd be fighting and full support of it, and I'll be watching for sure. Again, shout out to Dana White, man, for making it happen and constantly grinding to make these fights happen. I support it, man, and I just think everybody needs to be safe too at the same time, man. I'd take all the precautions possible to make sure that when I go and when I come back, even all my training in between to get ready for it, that I'm, going to be not put my family at risk.
Yeah, I like I said, these fights, I think as long as they take the right precautions, I think it's time for them to bring back fights. I think it's long overdue. I think the fans want it. The whole world of sports wants it, and it's not just it's not just UFC fans that want to see this. It's fans, it's fight fans, it's sports fans, because right now they're craving anything. There's going to be a good time for the UFC to grow their fan base. Absolutely. Because they're going to be the only thing on there. No basketball, no football, no baseball. And I haven't heard. There's been a baseball player that's got the corona. There's been a football player or two that's got the corona. A few NBA guys, NHL guys. I haven't heard of a fighter getting the corona.
I saw, I saw a couple things. Who was it? Said, well, I guess he didn't say he got. I don't know. I can't remember if he said he got tested, but I saw something about Lyman Good saying that he had the coronavirus and he pulled out of his fight, and said that it was an injury, but ended up, it was because of the coronavirus or whatever.
Is that true? I wonder.
I mean, I don't know. I just saw I don't know, but that's what I saw on social media or whatever. A quote that he had said or something, but I don't know if it's true or not. And then I think I saw some other guy. I don't remember who, some Brazilian guy or something, saying that him and his whole family got it or something like that.
Him and his whole family?
Yeah.
That's no good.
No. So, I mean, don't quote me on these things.
I won't quote you on anything, man. You didn't say shit. I didn't hear nothing. But it's funny because even if there was linemen and one or two, I mean, it's still the amount of fighters that have gotten sick is really like nothing. So they I think this goes to the fact that fighters train a different way, and fighters are so used to the one-on-one contact. And I think the fight community is somewhat build up their own herd immunity. That's what people are talking about. The herd immunity is Sweden. Well, listen, Sweden's got like 40,000 people there. And people say, oh, well, we could do what they did. No, we can't exactly do what they did because we've got 350 million. They've got like 3 million. That's why socialism can work over there and socialism will never work here. And that's been proven since Corona started because everybody's sick of waiting in line. No toilet paper, no this, no that, no other stuff. Yeah, and having to wait to go into your grocery store. Everything closing down early. So we've just had a little social experiment on socialism. And I think America agrees. We don't want none of that Bernie Sanders shit. So, it's that's why he pulled out of the race. I'm telling you right now, once it's all started, he realized that people were not going to stand for this coronavirus socialism bullshit. And he said, you know what? I'm not going to win this race. I'm out of here. And he bailed. So, now he's out and good for him. It's probably the smartest thing he's ever done to get out of the presidential race. And now we're just going to have to sit back and wait. And, I don't think anybody's going to beat President Trump anyway, not trying to go too political, but I just don't think anybody out there has got what it takes to beat him. So we got 4 more years of President Trump. Hopefully we'll get the economy running up back, moving and grooving again. And then, we can just go back to living our lives, hopefully by the end of the summer. So UFC 249, like I said, let me put up these fights right here. So there's on the screen, you'll see it. Ferguson and Gaethje, Cejudo and Cruz, Pettis Cerrone 2, Price Luque 2, which is in your division, and Charles Rosa versus Bryce Mitchell, Esparza versus Waterson. So we're going to run through all these fights with you real quick. I'd always like to get the view from the pros. We'll start with the inaugural strawweight champion, Carla Esparza, and the karate hottie, Michelle Waterson. Esparza, a wrestler, a wrestler's wrestler. She don't fuck around. She's been wrestling since she was a little kid. And Waterson, the stand-up fighter, the karate hottie. They both have all the areas covered, but they specialize. Carla's definitely wrestler. Yeah. Michelle's a stand-up. This is a fight that I believe, was the inspiration for the UFC in the first place to this discipline against that. I'm really excited about this fight. And I'm taking Carla Esparza because I think her wrestling is going to put Waterson on her back. And even though Waterson can grapple, I don't think she's going to be able to take the pressure from Esparza. When Esparza's on, you can't fuck with her.
Yeah, I kind of agreed with that at first. I was thinking that was just Esparza's wrestling. It was going to be, Waterson's shown some trouble with wrestlers in the past. So, but I think Waterson's gonna come out on top on it. I think her striking is gonna create the distance, push the distance, and kind of surprise Esparza and kind of shock her and delay her takedowns, and she's not going to be able to finish them as well as we think.
Yeah, and I don't think she's going to be surprised by the striking of Waterson. I mean, she got her ass handed to her by Joanna a few years back. Yeah, so she's improved on her ability to.
I didn't mean it like.
No, I know what you meant. I know what you meant, but I'm just saying. I mean, after taking a beating from Joanna, she really went back into the gym and she worked hard on improving her ability.
Her last fight.
Yeah, fucking phenomenal. But her ability to actually take a punch better and have striking defense. And she's really improved ever since that fight. So I'm taking Carla to win. So and I'm going to say round 2. It's not going to go a decision. Carla's going to finish her. I'm bold. I'm brazen. Next one's going to be Charles Rosa versus Bryce Mitchell. I'll let you lead off with this one, brother.
I remember watching Rosa's debut, man. That dude threw down and was tough as nails. We fought on the same card quite a few times. Nothing but respect for that guy. He's awesome. Always throws down and comes and gets it. So does Mitchell. I mean, that guy's
that guy's a lunatic from
Arkansas.
Arkansas, baby.
I'm just saying Arkansas, so Arkansas gets on the map. Arkansas, man, and you know what? He fought a buddy of mine, and he ended up coming away with the win too. And my buddy is a real tough guy, Bobby Moffitt. So
yeah,
I know that guy's the real deal. So I got to go towards Mitchell.
Yeah, Rosa said he was going to take a limb. And Bryce Mitchell responded with, "Man, I'm from Arkansas, man. Ain't none shit like that gonna scare me." These are two guys. They're like a carbon copy of each other to some degree. The way they come out there and fight, their style, their will, their grit, their no quit attitude. Except one's a tough kid from Boston, the other one's from the backwoods of Arkansas. So this is a tough one to pick. I'm going to take Rosa. I think Rosa is going to come out there and put it on him. But if Mitchell wins, I ain't going to be shocked at all. I mean, this is a really good matchup. I see it going. I could go. This is one of those fights where it really can go either way. It's really hard to pick. I honestly just sat here and flipped a coin while we were looking at this, and I came up with that's how I made my pick on this one. Nico Price and Vicente Luque Part 2. Luque's got the first one. He won the first fight. Nico wants that win back. Nico has been on a tear. I don't think anybody's going to stop Nico right now, so I'm taking Nico Price.
I don't remember them fighting before. I didn't see it. So I'll have to go back and watch that one. But, I fought Luque. Nothing but respect for that guy. A huge fan. Fan of Nico Price as well. Definitely one of the names that I'd like to fight too.
Yeah.
Another exciting one for me. But I gotta lean towards Luque. I think he's gonna come away with it.
Really?
Yeah, I just think he's gonna mix it up, and he's gonna
even after he lost that last fight.
Yeah, Stephen Thompson, man. Stephen Thompson's still on top of the game, man. He's still at the top. He has hard style to deal with, and he's very technical. And man, I think he's still up there, man. He's one of those guys that is right there for a title shot. But I think Luque, I think he's going to bring it, man. And I think he's just going to edge Nico Price.
All right. I'll give you that one. So far, I think we've picked exact opposite all the way through this card so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pettis and Cerrone 2.
Oh, man, that's a tough one. I think I'm going to go on the side of Pettis, I think. Yeah. Wait, what weight is this fight at?
170.
Okay.
As far as I know. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a welterweight fight.
I think I'll still go on the side of Pettis. I think I'm going to go with Pettis. I think he's just going to put it together. I don't know. Donald Cerrone, badass, all-around badass. So, but I don't know. I just flip of a coin, I guess, on this one.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed to hear Cerrone come out yesterday or the day before and say that 2 days before the McGregor fight, he just realized he didn't want to be there. The biggest fight of his life, the biggest payday, the biggest opportunity, he didn't want to be there. That worries me. So I don't know how he's going to rebound off this. He said Cowboy didn't show up that night. It was Donald that showed up. I don't know who's going to show up in this one. I don't know if his heart's in it the way he was after taking that, quick beating from Cerrone or from Connor, excuse me. I just don't know if he's with it anymore. So I'm with you. This is the first one we're going to pick together. I'm taking Pettis. His dynamic striking, his dynamic ground game, and he's got a chip on his shoulder. He wants to get back into title picture at 170 or 155, and he's got a lot to prove to himself as well as the MMA world. So I think we're going to see Pettis come out there and just really light it up, and I think Pettis is going to win this one.
Yeah.
All right. Now this one right here, I'm so excited about. Henry Cejudo, bend the knee versus Dominic the Dominator Cruz for the Bantamweight Championship of the world. I have no doubt in my mind that Dominic Cruz wins this fight.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No ring rust. There's no ring rust with Dominic Cruz. He doesn't believe in it. You won't see it. He said it. He said it's
I don't believe in it either. Honestly.
It's an excuse. It's an excuse. He said, it's an excuse for a fighter to use when they come back from a long layoff. Go, oh, well, I have some ring rust. Fuck that. Just means you are. He said it. I love how he speaks because he doesn't hold back and he doesn't care who he's talking to, even about himself. He goes, just an excuse that people use when they come back and they don't win. It just means they didn't put in enough effort training before they got to the fight that night, and that's why they lost. It had nothing to do with rust. It had to do with them being lazy. And I agree with him wholeheartedly. Dominic Cruz is on a mission. He'll be the first 3-time bantamweight champion come the end of the night, May 9th.
Well, I mean, I'm rooting for Cruz, and so my pick is Cruz. I do not care. Like Henry Cejudo's whole stupid skit that he's rolling with is just it kills me. But I mean, good for him. If that's how he's gonna make his money and get his fights that he wants to get, it's whatever. But I think it's dumb. But anyway, so I'm rooting for Cruz. On that note, I'm going for Cruz.
All right, and now the main event: Tony El Cucuy Ferguson versus Justin the Highlight Gaethje. Gaethje's had 6 fights in the UFC. He's got 7 post-fight bonuses. Ferguson hasn't lost in like 8 years. Ferguson is the truth. Who the fuck goes and makes weight when they don't have a fight? Some people are clowning about that, but I'm going to tell you something that tells you all about the character of that dude, and he's in it to win it. So I'm taking, and I love Justin Gaethje. I mean, I'm looking at a picture on my wall right now of me and Justin Gaethje at UFC 206 in Toronto. He wasn't even in the UFC yet. He was there cornering somebody, but we took the most awesome Uber ride ever with the craziest fucking Uber driver. It was fucking off the wall, insane. I've known him since his World Series of Fighting days. He's an awesome dude, but I don't think he's going to. He's got one shot, in my opinion, and that is if he can knock out Tony in the first, because Tony has his most trouble in the first round, and after that, and that's where he takes the most damage. But after that, if you let Tony get out of the first, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Tony Ferguson's a monster. He's a crazy dude, but in a good way. I mean, he's wild. He's meant for fighting. But so is Gaethje, and both dudes are complete badasses, man. They're monsters. But we're gonna go against each other here. I'm gonna go with Gaethje, man. I think Gaethje gets the job done. I think he catches him and puts him away. Doesn't let him recover and puts him away.
Really?
Between the hands. The hands and then Gaethje's killer kicks, man. I think they're going to add up, and I think Tony's going to have some trouble walking, and it's going to open up a big shot for Gaethje.
Wow, I just don't know. I've seen Tony take punches and just get right back up, and just come back into the fight, and then all of a sudden he bloodies you up, and your fight's over. And you don't even realize what the fuck happened. Yeah. This one. Really, it's people are like, oh, this shouldn't happen. This is probably going to be a more exciting fight. This is going to be more exciting than Tony and Khabib. And when they eventually do fight, Tony beats Khabib too. I picked him before this fight. I have no doubt. Listen, Khabib will put you on the ground. I don't care who you are. But Tony relishes in that area when he's on his back and what he can do, and he's not going to be bullied the way some of these other guys have been by Khabib. Khabib takes their spirit and their soul on the ground. Tony doesn't have a soul, so there's nothing for you to take. Do you know what I mean? He's like that entity. He's just a fucking loony bin. So I'm totally taking Tony Ferguson to beat Justin, and then I'm taking Tony to finally get Khabib and beat him and, get what he's deserved for a long time, that title and that title shot. And it's, he's earned it. If anybody's earned a shot to go in there and get it, it's him. And I picked that one to, there's 2 fights like that Cruz fight with Cejudo and Ferguson Gaethje. What a top! And can you imagine if Amanda stayed in and we had Amanda and Spencer? Oh,
be crazy. This is a great card, man. A lot of great matchups on it.
This card is fucking stellar. Yeah. So, is there anything else going on with you that we should know about? Tell us something, before we let you go. Tell the world something we don't know about Bam Bam.
Tell the world something they don't know about me. I mean, there's a lot, I guess. Nothing spectacular I can think off the top of my head, probably. But
tell us something that would surprise us about you. Like people be shocked, like, no way. Like Like, are you a Britney Spears fan? You know, I mean, what's going on here? You know, just tell me something crazy about you that really would shock the world.
I am. I don't think it was shock. I don't think it would shock the world. Like I said, I'm kind of shy. I guess that's what I got. I guess.
You're kind of shy.
Yeah, man. I don't like being in crowds. I don't really care to be in crowds or anything like that. I honestly rather just be home.
On the farm with your family.
Yeah, honestly, that's my perfect day. Honestly, I don't like being in crowds. Honestly, people are like, "Oh, well, you fight. You go get in the cage." It's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's, I enjoy it. I enjoy getting in there and everything, and the fact that the fans are there. It's cool that people are supporting me and rooting for me and everything like that. But I don't even go out after my fights. I go straight to my hotel room. I get pizza and I go straight to my hotel room, man, and I stay in my room with my family and my close-knit friends and corners, and we just eat pizza in there, man. I don't need to go out. I don't, I just rather just spend the time with my close group and everything, man. If people want to say hi on the way or whatever, that's cool. I'm totally down with that. I talk to them, but I don't want to go out and be in crowds. And
so for you, fighting in an arena with no people kind of fits your personality then.
Yeah, I don't mind it. And, even with crowds full, it's like, I've said it before, it's, when I'm walking out or whatever, I can hear, I don't really hear much. It's just kind of quiet as I go in, and, it's just go in there and get the job done kind of thing, to have fun. And
you're in the zone. You're like,
exactly. I'm in the zone, blacked out. Boom. I see my wife and kids, give them a hug, kiss as I walk to the cage. Boom, back in the zone, zoned in, ready, even sharper than I was before, and get in there, and I'm free, man.
All right, well, that's awesome, man. I like the flow. I like the attitude there. So now I've got some. Let's see. Somebody, can you see the comment there? Colombia presente con Bam Bam. I don't even know who that guy is. Alex Castillo. Do you know who that is?
I'd have to see the picture. I'm not real good with names, but man, all support from Colombia. Everybody over there, I love you guys. Thank you for the support. It's great to have them backing me. Being Colombian American, man, it's great to have the support from Colombia and everybody backing me out there. I love you guys.
Yep. Now we're looking at comments here after our fight picks. Forrest Daniels watches my show a lot. He says Esparza's overrated and she's a one-trick pony. Forrest, I'm ashamed of you.
I think he's going for Waterson.
Yeah, I guess he's taking the Karate Hottie. Price is amazing. He's taking Nico Price in this one. He said Pettis beats Cowboy. Pettis will definitely beat Cowboy. He's taking Cruz. And I asked you this earlier. He goes, who do you want to fight? Forrest wants to know, who does Bam Bam want to fight the most right now? Can I answer this for you? I'm going to answer it for it. Whoever puts their fucking name on the dotted fucking line, that's who he wants to fight, man.
That's right.
Were you listening to the interview, Forrest? That's what we said. I tried to get the answer out of him before. Whoever signs the dotted line, Bam Bam is fucking all in. He just wants to.
They want to give me some lists. The baddest guy on the dang list. That's it.
That's fucking awesome, man. Well, listen, man. Before I let you go, do me a favor. Give everybody your social media, how to keep up with you on all the platforms, so they can follow you and jump on the train. If they weren't already on the Bam Bam train, now's a good time to jump on. You have the refreshed, the revitalized, the man himself, Bam Bam Barberena. So, give it up.
Yeah, everybody, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Bryan_Barberena. I have a fan page on Facebook is Bryan Barberena. Make sure you also, if you go and follow me, follow my farm, the Bam Fam Farm on Instagram. You can see all the things I'm doing in my, spare time and fixing up the farm and all our animals here and everything. So check that out. And that's all everywhere you can follow me. Thank you guys, everybody, for the support. Thank you, my wife and kids, for always being there, supporting me, and loving me so much. And thank you, everybody. Colombia, USA. Love you guys. Everybody stay safe out there. Be smart and just be cautious. Stay safe, guys.
I like the Bam Bam farm thing. Give us that Instagram one more time if you got that again.
Yeah, the Instagram is the Bam Bam Farm.
The Bam Bam Farm.
Bam
That's it.
Fam. With
Bam
F.
Fam. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Bam Fam farm. Yeah.
I like that.
It's a family farm, man. We're building it from scratch. So it's a work in progress.
Well, fucking A, man. Well, I'm gonna come up there one day and we're gonna do one of those like camera guy interviews where I have a guy following us and we're gonna walk around the farm.
Awesome.
We're gonna do like our own 30 for 30 with Bryan Bam
Heck
Bam
yeah.
Barberena. We're gonna do that, I promise. I will
Awesome.
definitely go up there in the summertime though, or in the spring. So either this summer or next spring, because I don't know if I want to come up in the winter. Although I don't mind the winter, man. Fuck it.
Hey, we don't have bad winters up here. We don't really get snow, so
I'm all
Just
in.
rain.
Fuck it. The winter is awesome anyway. I like the snow. So, well, listen, brother. Thank you so much for taking the time tonight. I totally appreciate it, guys and girls. Make sure you follow him. He's definitely not just a cool guy. He's a great fighter. He's going to show you guys that when he comes back and puts his ass inside the octagon again. And he's a cool dude, man. He's got the Fam Farm. So the Bam Fam Farm. Boom. Check it out. Boom.
Thanks, bro.
So, hey, listen, man. Be good. Stay safe. God bless you and your family, man. And
Thank you. I really
when you get a fight announcement, let me know. We'll bring you on and we'll pump the shit out of it, bro.
All right. Awesome. Sounds great.
So, ladies, one more time, let's hear for our man, Bryan Bam Bam Barberena. Buffer ain't got shit on me, man. You be good, brother, man. Stay safe. God bless, bro.
Cool, man. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, anytime, man. You're always welcome. Peace.
Cool. Peace.
All right, guys. So we are done with Mr. Barberena. I'm trying to get this fucking goddamn green screen thing fucking working right. And I'm on the phone with support, with chat support for my streaming platform. And they just ain't responding, fucking assholes. So I'm trying to do something here, a little riggedy, because it shouldn't be doing this, as you see the fucking bullshit going on right here. Stand by, kids. I'm going to have Josh Emmett on here in 7 minutes. Don't go anywhere here. I'll put on my theme song for you guys to listen to for a minute while I'm taking care of this right here. Stand by, guys. I'll be right back.
Trying hard to breathe, your lungs about to collapse. Tapping out 'cause you want to be free. You know this time it's your last. If you want it, come and get it. I'm on to the real something. If you want it, come and get it. I'm ready to make you free. One last chance I give to you. One last chance I give to you. To bow down from the way. Bow down. I will not so much say when I saw the enemy. Try, come and get it. You want your face to honest. Come and get it. You want your face to honest. Come and get it. You want your face to honest. Come and get it. You want your face to honest. One last chance I give to you.
sense. Yeah, I don't know why. Check. So we're trying to figure out. I got the person from the service I use finally on a chat with me right now. We're going to try to fucking. They said that they find it weird that I'm going through that. I'm like, yeah, well, so do I. So fix it. You know. Stand by for a second, kids. I'm trying something here. All right, so can you guys see everything good now? All right, so we got about 2 minutes. We're waiting for Josh Emmett to come in. Can you guys still hear me and everything? We're gonna leave them. Fuck. So we're gonna leave this like this, I guess. See? Now, why the fuck does it keep doing that? It shouldn't be fucking sparking out like that, motherfuckers. You know, when you pay money for a service and it doesn't work right, they can go fuck themselves. That's how I feel. So me and StreamYard are going to have a fucking big fight, and I'm going to kick their ass, you know, and I don't want to fucking turn off the green screen, because when I turn off the green screen, then all you guys see is the green wall, you know, and fucking, that just sucks. You know, and I don't want to just have the green wall behind me. I had pictures up before and all that good shit, you know. I could have just left that alone, but they told me this green screen. The story behind the Cage Side theme music is a song called Face to My Fist by a band called Fall of Envy. And I think it's self-explanatory. It's all about, you know, fighting and getting in there and doing it. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell's up with these people, but now what the hell? Yeah. So I don't know why we're having issues with the green screen tonight. Let's try the green screen again. Just gonna leave me hanging out there, assholes. I'm paying for a service, and now you guys are just gonna leave me hanging? What's up with that bullshit? Fucking assholes. You pay for a service and it's supposed to fucking work, right? And yeah, this one doesn't. Motherfuckers. Let's try this green screen one more time, because the light is right. See what happens now, because the green screen was supposed to be this tonight, where I have this like nice little cage thing going on here. Wow, almost working. And it was working before I went live. Everything was working fine, of course. And now I go live and nothing works. Cocksuckers. I hate them all. So all right, boys and girls, we're going to bring them in right now. Let me turn off this green screen thing here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show the man himself. He's big, he's bad, and he's ready to go. The one, the only, Josh Emmett. What's up, player?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm great. Busy.
Yeah, well, the show looks a little weird tonight because I had a picture wall behind me, and then my new studio service, I'm supposed to have a green screen that works, and the green screen ain't working tonight because if it did, I would have a brick wall behind me like that, or I had this cool thing before where I got the picture of you behind me with my man fucking Bryan Barberena, and but now it's just this thing just wants to fight with me all damn night. So that's a little bit better, but see, and then just fucking fuzzes out. So I'm gonna be green behind me. It's gonna look really weird, but.
Right.
While we're doing that, and I'm fighting with these people right now, we're chatting. They're sending me messages. Oh, well, that's weird. Well, no shit, it's weird, man. Fix it. I'm paying you guys for this shit.
See, I had the same issue because I've been doing Zoom interviews, and I was trying to mess around with the background, but I don't have a green screen, so it was doing the same thing. But you have one, so I'm surprised. It's
it shouldn't be my lighting because I have the right lighting in here for this. It's balanced. It's bright. It's the way it's supposed to be. If I turn off all the lights, here, watch this. Hold on. Turn off that light, it's like a little darker, and then fucking it just doesn't seem right. And then if I try the green screen again, we'll turn this fucker off too. Just turn them both off and then watch what happens. So now it's definitely darker in here. And now when you put the green screen on, let's see what happens. That's even worse.
It's perfect now.
Yeah, no, now it's not perfect. It's just kind of sort of working.
I'm just kidding.
Fucking cocksuckers. These people charging me money for this shit. But anyway, so I'm going to fucking, if I hold my hand up here for some reason, it fucking stays on. Fuck it, I don't even care. So first of all, guys, welcome back to the show, Mr. Josh Emmett, man. 15-2, kicking ass, taking names, and it's time to get back into the octagon. I know you're on a short leash tonight, so I appreciate you taking the time. So let's jump right in. Quickly tell us your life, a day in your life before the Corona, and then a day in the life now that we're during the Corona.
Yeah. So, man, a day in the life before the Corona, I was traveling. I was in Vietnam. I was while it all started in China. My wife and I were out there, but. Honestly, with the coronavirus and the COVID-19, I feel my routine's pretty much the same. It hasn't affected me as much as it has someone that is working an 8-to-5 job, someone that goes to work, because my schedule, being a fighter is pretty available when I'm out of fight camp. Even when I'm in fight camp, it's the same thing. Like I'm sticking to a routine. I'm getting up the same time I'm eating. But instead of me going to the gym for pro practice, I go to the gym for a one-on-one. I go run. It's the same routine. The only thing that is different for me that I'm obviously noticed is nothing's open. But but that's what I'm saying. So for me, it honestly has not changed. My schedule, my routine. Some practices are obviously different. But one thing I did say is I'm going to come out of this quarantine better than when I went into it. And so far, I've been doing really well. I've lost 16, 17 pounds in this quarantine. You can start to see my cheeks now, so I'm not looking like a blimp.
You got them cheekbones, man.
Yeah, you can see them. They're always under there, but it's just like my abs. They're always under there, but people only see them around fight week.
So, speaking of your cheekbones and everything, a while back, the Jeremy Stevens fight, you got all messed up. You've obviously fought since then. How did your face feel now? Do you feel like it's completely – because even though you were healed and ready to fight, I still think our bodies take more time than we sometimes realize. But now do you feel totally like it's all just perfect good now?
Yeah, that was actually over 2 years ago too, that
I
injury.
know.
And yeah, no, it's not 100%. I still have, I think everything on my upper lip, my upper gums are completely numb. I have this circle patch that's just numb just because one of the major nerve was compressed. And I don't think that feeling is ever going to come back. But other than that, at least I can't feel certain things there. So maybe it's a, it's a good thing. But yeah, no. Other than that, yeah, I feel normal. Besides a little numbness, not being able to feel things on my face.
Well, I'm glad that you're still able to fight. I'm not glad that numbness is there, because if you get hit there and something's messed up, you don't feel it. So you're not going to know, and that can be dangerous. And
of course,
not as a member of the media, but just as a fan of you, I'm going, no, man, I don't want that to happen to Josh. You know what I'm saying? As a member of the media, I say, well, that's just part of the fight game. That's it. So
for people that don't, people that don't, get in there.
So, have you got any fight news brewing in the works back there? Anything coming up for you? Have they gotten in touch with you? Because we have Fights Week coming up. UFC Fights Week coming up with a bunch of different fights in three
fights in a week.
Fights, 3 events, 249, and then on Saturday, May 9th, then Wednesday the 13th, another event, and then Saturday the 16th, and then the following weekend on the 23rd. So really 4 events in 14-day period. It's freaking nuts. So how have they not called Josh Emmett and said, yo, you ready to go?
Yeah. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm over here just waiting. I wanted to fight, in 2019, the end of the year. And then I got a fight in January. Unfortunately, I got injured. So I had to do some rehab and get better. But I've been wanting to get back in there. Then all this happened. So it's like, I'm ready to go. So as soon as I get a call, but I do want some type of notice. I want at least like a 5, 6, maybe 7 week notice. But if they called me now and said you're fighting in 6 weeks, hey, I'll be ready. I'm just not going to do something on a week or 2 week notice.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, there's no sense in doing that. But I'm ready. I'm training. It's definitely not going to be the same as like a typical fight camp. But I think, and I'm speaking on behalf of most fighters, but we're doing what we can, Yeah,
I was like kind of, when they started announcing they were going to do all these cards, I was looking at guys that haven't had a fight in a minute and that are, guys that bring it, because I feel these next 4 events are going to try to put on as many guys that truly, guys or girls, that truly just come out there and balls to the wall. And so when I started thinking of who's getting on a card, I'm like, well, there's 4 cards coming up. Josh Emmett's got to be getting on a card. I mean, Josh brings the fight, but they don't have one for you right now. So, but you're ready. I mean, you said you don't want to take a real short notice, but if they call you and give you 2 weeks, are you good to go in 2 weeks?
If they just said, hey, you're fighting on the 16th of May, I probably would be. But
what about the 23rd? We're like 3 weeks out from that, so the 23rd, would that be a little more acceptable?
I probably could fight, but I'm not going to do it. Like no. I'm looking for mid June to early July at the latest. That's my goal. I want to like have a little information, like where I would possibly be fighting, who I'd possibly be fighting. But yeah, so I could do it, but like I always said, I'm not taking anything under 3 weeks. Just so I can, get my weight down, get prepared, because we're already, I feel like, fighting at a disadvantage with not having gyms open, with not doing full practices, how most fighters typically do, besides the people out in Florida, now and some other states. And, but who knows? Yeah, I could do it, but I want minimum 6 weeks. So if they call me and say 6 weeks, you're fighting on this date, sign me up.
Man, I took a shot at my state of Florida, bro. Oh, right in the key.
You guys always got something going on out there now. Hey, but at least the governor lifted the making sports essential. So
all right, since you took a shot at my state, I'm taking a shot at your state. You're in California, and Governor Newsom's a dick and a pussy. Fucking calling fucking Disney to get them to stop the UFC 249 at fucking Tashi Palace. Tashi Palace is sovereign land, and they really have no say over that. So they pulled the Disney card. And I'm pissed, and I hope they sue the shit out of Newsom personally for taking away income from them, because that was wrong. All the safety protocols are going to be in play, the same ones they're going to implement here in Florida. So if they're okay to do it here, why not there? So Governor Newsom, bleh.
No, I agree with them canceling the show. I feel like honestly the precautions that Dana White and the UFC were going to do would be 100 times better than I have access to right now. You know, they're actually going to test people antibodies. They're going to quarantine people in a certain area. They're going to be, you know, they take care of the fighters because, like he says, health and safety is important, obviously, even though we're going in there and risking our health and safety. But that is a high priority. And I do believe that we will be taken care of as we always are.
Yeah, I think you guys will all be taken care of. That's the thing. I just feel like, you know, and I'm going to be honest, I think it's political. I think Newsom stepped in because he's a Trump hater and blah, blah, blah. And Trump and Dana are friends. So how do you fucking take a shot at Donald Trump? You fuck with his friends. And I think that's what they did to Dana White in the UFC. And there's no place for politics in fucking mixed martial arts. They've already got enough of their own shit going on than to get involved in the political thing. So I felt bad for all the fighters that were going to be on that card. I felt bad for the UFC. And, you know, Dana White has been out here hustling, trying to get you guys working.
Yeah.
And they're doing a fight island. I mean, you work for a gangster, dude. Straight G. He's like, I'm going to buy an island and we're going to put fights on and fuck everybody.
As long as they're on your side, I'll take it.
Hey, man, I love it, man. So tell us now. So we don't have a fight for you. We know you want at least 6 weeks. So that kind of cuts out some of the other questions they're going to ask. But you have a charity, something that you've been really in your heart right now, supporting out in California. I know they said we only have a few minutes tonight because you're continually doing interviews and stuff. So jump into that. Tell everybody what you got going on out there because, you know, any platform you can get the word out, you know, I'm happy to help. You know, you've always treated me with respect and come to my show. So take over, bro. Do your thing.
Yeah. So there's a few things, you know, that I've been doing. You know, I'm actually part of a health bar, and it's called Vibe Health Bar. So we started a GoFundMe campaign for that to feed the frontline healthcare workers. So we've been doing that like for, you know, about a month, and you know, feeding local hospitals around the Sacramento area with donations from, you know, just anyone. And then just recently, I've really been doing this huge campaign. It's on it's just a much larger scale. Just my name was brought up in a conversation with it's called Unite SAC. So Unite SAC is hosting this week-long friendly fundraising competition, and it's called Raise for SAC. There's 4 different charities that are local to Sacramento, and I was nominated to be a team leader for Feed the Frontlines 916, and you can check out more information on feedthefrontlines916.org. You can also go to unitesac.com. And the whole purpose of this is to obviously, you know, raise as much money as possible to, you know, feed those healthcare workers. And we're working with like 4 or 5 different hospitals around the area. We're also, you know, donating and preparing meals for firefighters and first responders as well. And so the thing with this is Limelight Card Room Bar and Cafe, they started this. They got a lot of the local restaurants involved to support their restaurant during this time, you know, because everyone's doing curbside and things like that, just so they can stay afloat to some extent, and importantly, pay their employees. So it's helping out with jobs. And then the main focus is to feed those frontline healthcare workers and first responders. So I'm trying to bring awareness to this. I'm trying to, you know, just get the word out as much as possible so their charity can expand and we can feed more hospitals, more frontline or healthcare workers and first responders. We can get more local Sacramento restaurants involved to help them out, and we can get more jobs, you know, staying afloat and paying these employees that are working hard. And I've been saying the whole time, it's kind of neat that they nominated me because, man, it feels like fight week. I have a PR person. I'm doing so many different interviews and just fun stuff, like with the local news, with radio, doing photo shoots, helping people prepare these meals. Like today, I went over to my favorite restaurant in Sacramento. It's a Japanese restaurant. It's called Crew. And we prepared, you know, 100 meals just today. And then I went and delivered them to a lot of the nurses and doctors at Sutter Health Medical Center. And it's been fun just because this is a fight that I'm enjoying. You know, I'm not getting hit in the face. You know, I get to help people that I support, that they always support me. Sacramento, you know, if anyone that's a fan of me, they know I'm from Sacramento. They know every time I fight, I represent Sacramento. I'm proud to be from here. I come out to local artists from Sacramento, and my walkout song is the first thing that says, Sacramento, where are you at? Like, I rep the hell out of Sacramento all around the world. And now they, I get to be in their corner because they're always in my corner. Like, so many just people, and, you know, I have a lot of connections, and I know a ton of people. And so I'm honored to be a team leader. I'm also trying to win this competition because there's four charities, and whoever wins, raises the most, there's going to be some prize. And you just get, you know, like, hey, I'll get that trophy. You know, it's just, it's a good thing. So people can go to feedthefrontlines916.org and donate. But if you go through my social media platform, if you go to my Twitter or Instagram handle, Josh Emmett UFC, and that's JOSHEMMETT UFC, I have a link on there. And this goes directly to Feed the Frontlines 916, and it tracks how much money I've raised. It tracks how many donors there have been. And so, like, I'm literally trying to win this to get win some bragging rights. I think I'm in like second place right now, or possibly third. So I'm trying to. I need everyone's help. But yeah, and I know how important it is when we're training, being a pro athlete and a fighter. You need fuel. You need to just have 100% focus on what you're doing. You have a team behind you, letting them worry about what's going on. And so that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to, you know, have all the frontline healthcare workers focus 100% on winning the COVID-19 fight. Let us do our part. Let us, you know, fuel you, because it can make or break your performance. And yeah, I'm literally just trying to do everything I can and have some fun with it as well.
So I just put a scroll down on the bottom. I just typed the live scroll. So as it comes across, let me know if I got it right. www.feedthefrontlines916.org. Help Josh Emmett support the heroes of Sacramento.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let that scroll for the rest of the show.
Yeah, the good thing too, it's there's Feed the Frontlines. There's a lot of organizations that are statewide, nationwide, and so they created their own chapter in Sacramento. So it's still getting like, I'm dealing with a card room too. So it's like there's a gaming association that I'm getting a lot of statewide, and there's really there's not a lot of good news coming from, you know, that. So now there's like headlines that the gaming room Limelight is actually doing really good things because they're giving back. They started this charity, and they're getting a lot of the local restaurants, which are some of my favorite. And I get to support them, and because I've done, you know, appearances at their stuff, or anytime I have something going on, I reach out to them and they help me out. Just like I said, they're always in my corner. So now I get to, you know, just use my voice, use my platform to help people out that are in need. And like I said, it's feels like fight week with all the media, but I don't get to get hit in the face at the end of the week. So I'm literally, I could get used to this.
So, and that's awesome, man. I love that fighters reach out into their communities and help and give back in a sense, any way they can. Even before the corona, you know, I know you've always been involved. You bleed Sacramento, you know, so I know you do. So that's awesome. I wanted to go back to something because, you know, I also know you train at Team Alpha. You know, you got guys like Uriah, and I know some of those guys are clowns and funny. So you went to China. So you came back from China. If ever your friends busted your balls, go, you brought this corona shit with you, Josh. Anybody give you shit like that?
Oh, yeah. So, so check this out. So I didn't go to China, but my wife and I, we went to Vietnam. So we started.
I thought you went to China too. No,
we were on the border of China and Laos, because when we went way up north. So we started in the southern part, Saigon, or Ho Chi Minh City, what they call it now, and we just worked our way up north all the way up to Sapa, and that was literally, we could see the border of China, and then like Laos was over there, and they locked down the border. Like, obviously no one can come in and out. And so my boxing coach Joey, I swear he's had the coronavirus, and he because he was super sick, and for one point, and he swears I gave it to him. And I was like, I was never sick unless I was one of those people that was asymptomatic and gave it to him, but he swears I gave it to him. I was like, oh, you got it from looking at my Instagram? Like, I did not do that to you. He was traveling all over the place. And to this day, like even today, we just worked and same thing. So, I already had it. Josh gave it to me. I'm like, man. Even when I came back into the gym, there's another guy, Chris Gonzalez. He's a 55 pounder and he fights for Bellator.
Right.
You guys will get to know the name here in the near future a little more. But yeah, same thing. Like he knew I was in the gym, or he saw me in the gym. So when he came in, he came in with a mask. And this is way before like it was even here. You know, it's just right after I got back the end of February.
They're laughing at you now, man. They're
So
all gonna laugh at you.
he came in and he was wearing a mask because I was in the gym just in case, just joking around. And then Chris Holdsworth, he's a funny guy. He's always been at the end of the practices. He's like, man, if you guys are coughing, if you're doing anything, stay away. And this is a long time before the shelter in place happened or the lockdowns or any of this even was really known in the U.S. So yeah, I've had some characters giving me some shit.
I had to figure some of them would, because again, it's your family. Those are the guys who are in gym. And since you're over in that part of the world, of course, they're going to bust your balls. But I don't want to keep you any longer. You said you need to be out by 9:25. It's 9:23. So before I let you go, just go ahead and drop the info on the charities real quick and your social media. I know I'll give all the social media. All the social media for Josh is Josh Emmett UFC, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah. Boom. That's how you find him. And now pimp those charities before you go, boss.
Yeah, so like I said, you guys can donate to feedthefrontlines916.org. You can check out unitesac.com. There's more information. You can always go to joshemmett.com to get more of just my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter handles. I'm also selling apparel on there, shirts, and I'm going to be doing some giveaways. Anyone that purchases from my shop at joshemmett.com, all the proceeds are going to go to this Feed the Frontlines 916 as well, just because if they're going to donate, I at least want to give them something for their generosity. And but most importantly, go to the link in my social media stuff so we can, so I can win this competition as well, have the bragging rights in Sacramento, because it's for guys that are, well known in the community. And I definitely want to beat them. I want to, I'm the only fighter. We got a realtor, we got an artist, and we got a guy that, automotive guy that does tons of stuff with high-end cars, Ferraris, Maseratis, all this type of stuff, and I'm trying to knock out the competition.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're going to do it, man. You've got a lot of support out there in Sacktown. I know you do. You always have. One last question before I let you go. Again, you don't have a fight coming up, but you're 15-2. Your division is crowded and stacked. There was a change at the championship. It looks like there's going to be a rematch before anybody else gets a shot. So who do you have to beat now to get your name next to that line for a title?
Man, who knows? Like I I've always been saying, like, who's the number two? I know Max is number one contender. They're going to have a rematch. Who's number two contender? Ortega. Give me that. I get the winner of them.
There you go. And you know what? Although I don't know if Bryan Ortega is the number two contender, but he is. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I hope you get that fight, because that'll just show everybody that what I've said all along, Josh Emmett is the legit threat that I know you are. So just, start campaigning for it. I'm going to start tweeting Dana, give him the fight. Let's get this shit going. He needs 6 weeks of camp, and then we'll fucking beat up Bryan Ortega. Good?
Anyone really, man. I just want to get closer to that title shot. You know what I mean? Like, I want to fight someone that's going to get me to the title shot. That's why I'm like, give me the clearest path to it. But of course, if you'll pick someone, who do you want to fight next? The champion, because that's my goal, to be a champion. But that's not how things work. But I don't want to keep fighting people behind me. But I feel like that's what the UFC has in store for me. So
and that's why I asked, who do you think is the guy that has to get you to your path? Because obviously Max and Volnowski are tied up. They're going to fight each other again. So they're off the table for you. So who's the next guy? And you said it. Bryan Ortega is probably the guy that everybody's going to be looking at as the guy you have to take out. So
it gets you to the title. And I know a lot of guys, there's people in the top 5 that everyone wants a title shot, but it's like, who doesn't want a title shot? The guy that's in last place wants a title shot. Like, I'm sure if you gave him that and the payday and all this stuff, anyone will take it. So it's a no-brainer. But yeah, we'll see. And I hope to have some news for everyone in the coming weeks.
Yeah, well, listen, man, always a pleasure to chat with you, dude. I've told you before, you're one of my favorite guys because you just keep it real. You're fun. You're easy to talk to. And you're human about what you do, So I appreciate that more than I can put into words. Guys, it's Feed the Frontlines, 916.org. Help Josh support the Heroes of Sacramento. Check out all the social media. Josh Emmett UFC. Go to the Josh Emmett website to get all the social media links. Support Sacktown. Support Josh. Josh wants to get him a trophy. Help him get a trophy and a win without having to get his face messed up. That's what he said. That's what he wants.
It.
Josh,
yes,
you be good. You and your family stay safe. Stay blessed during all this, man. And thank you for taking the time tonight. Always appreciate it.
Of course. Nice talking with you, Chris. Stay safe.
Always good, man. Peace.
The background looking good now.
Yeah, I finally got it. Now that the show's almost over, these fucking...
It's all that matters.
Oh, I hate when that shit happens. It's the internet.
Right?
Peace, man. Be well.
It's that 5G. Watch out. All right, take care.
All right, later, man. Oh, the 5G. He said it's the 5G. It's not the 5 fucking G, man. It's 5G is only in like 6 countries, man. It's not affecting the whole world. Some people have that conspiracy theory about 5G. But look, let's see if we can get some of these other green screens popping up here now. Watch. That one's working. The living room. The Fresh Prince Phil row behind my head. Vegas, baby. Out in the mountains. Contender Series. Island fights. That's the one I was going to run all night long. Me, Josh, and Bryan Barberena. Little sun picture. That's Fort Lauderdale. I'm with the fishies. Little sunset. We can do this all day. Me behind me. Another fucking, me and Roy Jones. This is out in this one right here. This is my fan base right here behind me. They just love to support me, follow me wherever I go. Of course, the Octagon. Today's weather, as you can see right here behind me, in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, all that good stuff. It's there it is. We got the weather report. So that's probably about right now for some of the stuff that's going on. So if you look to up here, New York, 55, Washington, 90. Isn't that crazy how the temperature can vary so much? And then you look over here, we have Salt Lake City right behind my head. Trying to figure out how to do a weather report on a green screen is a little weird. But 84 degrees there. San Francisco, 64. Where's Sacktown? Sacktown's up here, so it's somewhere, they're not even on the map, man. That's not even cool, man. That's no bueno. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Sorry about the technical difficulties. These people I'm not very happy with StreamYard right now. But whatever, we got the show done, and that's all that really matters. So at the end of the day, I'm just happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. The technical difficulties threw me off a little bit. I'm not going to lie, man. It just pissed me off. And once I get pissed off about stuff, it's hard for me to recover. So I'm going to have to figure out some stuff for these people, or they're going to have to give me my money back for using their service. And if they don't, well, then we're going to fight. So anyway, let me put on a different background back here now as we dip on out of here. This is the one I was going to run with all night because it's Cage Side with Christopher James. So I hope you guys had a good time with me tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see, we got some comments coming up. Thanks, Debbie. I appreciate that. She said it was amazing. Love to me and my beautiful wife. That was awesome for Josh. Go, Josh. It's my lighting, Rudy. I don't know if it's the lighting, man. I just don't even know. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. So we'll be back tomorrow night. Oh, I almost forgot. See that? When I remember shit sometimes. Tomorrow night on the Cage Side with Christopher James show, we're going to go live 8 o'clock, I believe. And joining us on the show is going to be former Ultimate Fighter alum and newly signed PFL fighter, but he won't be fighting in PFL until 2021 because they've canceled their whole year. Tyler Diamond. He's awesome. It's going to be the first time on the show. So we're going to try to do some crazy stuff with him and have a good time. You know what I'm saying, man? So you guys stick around. Thanks for being supportive of the show. Let's see what we got going on here. Thanks, Forrest. I appreciate it. Thank you, Debbie. You guys might have been the only two watching tonight. Oh, well, stuff happens like this sometimes, man. Technical difficulties and all that crap. But you guys are awesome. Thanks always for the support and the love. I appreciate you. We out of here, man. So like I always say, guys and girls, man, thank you for letting me be a part of your lives and for you guys being a part of my life tonight. Totally appreciate it and totally being allowed to join you and have you guys join me. So until next time, boys and girls, I am Christopher James. You've been Cage-Side. Good night.
I see